We're going to talk about the 7 little things that can ding your credit and jam you up when you go for a loan. Hey, it's your buddy, it's your mortgage guy, Jameym here. Harry and Lloyd are on board today, and we're going to talk about the 7 mishaps Americans commonly make in regard to their credit report, and it can stall your ability to get a mortgage loan. Number 1, small unpaid debts.
What is this? What is this? Where's all the money?
That's as good as money, sir. Those are IOUs.
I don't know about you folks. I tend to get some parking tickets from time to time. I also tend to forget to pay them.
They always freak out when you leave the scene of an accident, you know?
Well, you gotta pay those tickets, especially the ones that a lot of our clients overlook are speeding tickets from out of state. Small towns, municipalities, and even the states and counties that enforce traffic violations already know to play on reporting your bad debt to the credit reports. Number 2, tax liens. If you owe money to Uncle Sam or your state's Department of Revenue, you better get involved in a payment plan, some type of structured settlement yesterday. Not too many years ago, Uncle Sam and random treasury departments across the country also figured out the leverageability they have by threatening and then placing derogatory information on your credit report.
There's 2 of them. One of them's got a gun.
Did you pay the gas bill?
Hey.
Do you realize what you...
Number 3, utility bills. Now, being a Wisconsin guy, a lot of Wisconsin people know and also happen to use We Energies as the major vendor in this state for both gas and electric. A lot of people know We Energies reports just like a credit card or a car on every customer they have throughout the state of Wisconsin. We see hundreds of clients have had issues with either gas or electric or water companies throughout the country, and those companies ding them on their credit report. Another common misstep is being involved in budget plans. Now, those are great systems in which you pay the same bill for the entire 12 months, even though most people's utilities fluctuate throughout the year. But you have to make sure that when you engage in a budget plan, you have to pay that bill prior to its due date. Otherwise, there are times where those vendors can report you 30 days late, even though you were only 1 day late. Number 4, too many inquiries and long-term shopping. Now keep in mind, and we've talked about it in previous blog posts, the credit repositories and the credit bureaus do give you the liberty to shop for the best possible deal for auto, student loan, and mortgages. That being said, it's usually a 14 or 45 day window where you can have a lot of inquiries. If you're shopping all over the place for credit cards, furniture, installment loans, unsecured debt, those inquiries are going to smoke your report. Number 5, credit card balances in relation to credit card limits. Now, first off, let's have a little side note. You cannot have an ACES credit score without a credit card. I talk to a lot of clients that say, hey, I don't want a credit card, I have no interest in it. Here's my advice. If you want an 800 credit score, you probably need a credit card. That being said, you also don't have to fall into the trap that millions of other Americans did by using your credit card to buy things you can't afford. Put a little bit of gas on there, trip to the supermarket, and pay it off.
Be strong.
But where a lot of our clients make a very common misstep is they press those limits. If it's a $2,000 limit, they have a $1,900 balance, and even though their paying is agreed, they're not missing payments, their scores start to go down. The rule of thumb is keep that balance at 30% of the limit and pay it off every month. Heck, the interest is free for the first 28 days. Credit cards can be a great tool. Don't be afraid to use them. Number 6, business credit cards. We run into a lot of clients that are either in sales positions or outside field type positions, and they're granted a credit card for incidentals, per diem, gasoline.
Go for it straight up. I can get 70 miles to the gallon on this hog.
Whatever the case might be. That's a really cool benefit and a nice perk to a job. They don't have to keep using your cash to get through the day every day. But keep in mind, you are now officially in bed on that trade line with your employer and their accounting department. If something goes wrong at your job and they stop paying their bills, or if the accounting department makes a mistake and doesn't send in this month's payment, guess what? That ding on that business credit card is a ding on your credit report. Just know the shot when you decide to say, yeah, boss, I'll take that credit card. And number 7, Stay alert and stay on top of what's going on with your credit report. We have a ton of clients nowadays that subscribe to different services that make you aware of when your credit's pulled, if there's changes in your credit, or if new trade lines have come about. Especially you folks out there with the common name.
Starts with an S. So swummy, slippy, slappy, slimmin, Swanson?
Maybe it's on the briefcase. Look on the...
Oh yeah, it's right here. Samsonite. I was way off.
I'm talking to you, Jane Smith, and you, Joe Anderson. There's a million of you running around, and we see it all the time where a Joe Anderson in Minneapolis is getting something on his credit from a Joe Anderson in Miami. You gotta stay on top of stuff and make sure you get those corrections done as soon as humanly possible. So there you go. Those are the 7 mishaps that a lot of Americans make and cause their credit score to be low, and then they get jammed up when they come in for a loan. You stick to those 7 guidelines, you're gonna be aces. And keep in mind what my great-grandma Millie used to say, as long as your credit score is higher than your cholesterol, you're doing all right. Stick buddy your mortgage guy. Saving you jack on your jack.
I hate goodbyes.